Where are mythical Pokemon from? That's what I want to talk about today. Mythical Pokemon specifically. I think I know. It's not necessarily I know where they are all from, but my theory is that they are all not native to the region that, or the game, the generation that they're introduced to. Opposite to legendary Pokemon are most often native to the region that they debut in. I actually think mythical Pokemon, all of them, are foreign. They're all from somewhere else in the world, and I think that's what makes them and defines them as mythical. Let's go generations 1 to generation 10, 9. What generation are we on now? Yeah, 9. There's a lot of these ones, right? There's a lot of mythical Pokemon. Let's start with Mew. Mew is from probably South America. I think in Generation 1 it specifically says that Mew is found in South America. I think that was maybe not. That must have been retconned. The only place where you can actually capture Mew is in the Faraway Island, which is only available as a mystery gift event in Emerald version, which it would be in the Hoenn region, if anything. Regardless, the Faraway Island is not in Kanto. Mew is located outside of Kanto. It doesn't exist in Kanto, right? Next, we have Celebi. Celebi's kind of interesting. Celebi is 100% connected to Johto, but I think, and this is not the only example, if a mythical Pokemon, so I said mythical Pokemon are not native to the region. I think if we're gonna split hairs, right? If sure, then maybe Celebi is native to Johto, but I think, as we'll see in Generation 3 and some of these other games as well, I think the larger theory is that they're foreign creatures to the actual game that you're playing. So what I'm trying to get at is that I think Celebi is it's a time traveler. It's not from our time period, right? Celebi, that's what makes Celebi so rare, is that it's just not, maybe it's in the Johto region, but it is constantly living in the past, in the future, perpetually, right? It is not in the playable Johto game as we know it. That's how I understand it. And then as we move into Generation 3, I got some. This is honestly kind of what like Loki sparked this concept. Jirachi is from outer space. Deoxys is from outer space, right? You've got Kyogre and Groudon, right? And then Rayquaza lives in the sky, so you have this verticality of different planes of existence: sea, land, sky. And the two mythical Pokemon introduced in the Hoenn region are from outer space. Jirachi is a meteorite, or a meteor, and then Deoxys, I guess, is also a meteor, but it's a virus. It's like a space alien. And I think this is really, really cool. I think this is I hope this is starting to click for you, that like, I don't know, I feel like no one talks about this, right? That all these mythical Pokemon are actually just from somewhere else in the world. It's really cool. Manaphy and Fion, we know that they are also located outside of Sinnoh. Again, on Bulbapedia, it says that all these Pokemon are like originally discovered in Sinnoh, but that's just like originally discovered, but they're not actually from there, right? But Fion lives in warm seas using the inflation sac. Where is it? I guess it's the only game where Fion can be caught in Legends Arceus. But yeah, where you get Manaphy, the Manaphy egg, I'm blanking on what it's called, but it's from the Pokemon Ranger game. But that's outside of Sinnoh, right? That is outside of Sinnoh. Darkrai, same thing. And this is kind of cool. We did get some more information about Darkrai as a mythical Pokemon in Legends ZA, and I feel like, I mean, it's kind of cool to imagine, like, okay, this thing doesn't even exist. It is a product. It is the manifestation of a nightmare. It is this thing walks another plane of existence, right? It's from the dream world. It's from the upside down. It's from a different dimension. But if you want to be a little bit more literal, Darkrai can be found on New Moon Island, which maybe is technically in Sinnoh, but that is off. That's like off land. Shaman Actually, I haven't even thought about Shaman in a long time, if I got to be completely honest with you. Um, I guess I really never think about Shaman, and now I'm like, is this a hole in my theory? Not really sure. I really just don't know that much about I don't know that much about Shaman. I would love to learn. Give me some Shaman lore in the comment. Am I making any sense with this? Does Shaman break the rule? Lives in flower patches to avoid detection by curling up. Shaman are also when sensing gratitude. I think you still need to do you get Shaman in Sinnoh? On the sea break path. You must have to leave. Is it an island? You get Shaman on an island in Sinnoh? I'm actually not sure, if I gotta be completely honest. Arceus, obviously, it's the creator, it's God, it's from the heavens. Arceus is removed from Sinnoh. It's just, it doesn't even exist. Victini is kind of an interesting one. This is another Pokemon that really struck out to me and started getting me like thinking about this theory. Victini is the victory Pokemon. And there's a lot of evidence with the Liberty Garden that Victini stands for, or kind of like was created or symbolizes, has a lot of lore connecting it to the real world Statue of Liberty, which was a gift by the French. And what's kind of cool is after Unova, after the USA game region, we got the Kalos games, which represents France. And Victini is kind of cool because it's like number 000 in the national dex, which is the first time that ever happened. Also kind of, to me, suggesting that it's not really part of the dex, right? It's like, it is part of the dex, but if you're number 0, I don't think you're really a number. I don't think you start counting at 0. You start counting at 1. So to me, this is like they're including it in the national dex of Unova, but really it's like Victini is like the first like metal, right? It's the first like region unknown Pokemon, and I think the region is Kalos. I think Victini is from Kalos. Keldeo, I would say, I guess Keldeo would also be from Kalos theoretically, because Keldeo is the trio master of the Swords of Justice, which are based on what is it? The Three Musketeers. Actually, no, that's Spanish. So Keldeo could be from Paldea. That's what I would think. We've got Meloetta. This one was kind of interesting. I was thinking about this before recording because Meloetta I hadn't really given much thought to, but Meloetta, both forms based on like performers, pop stars, and that's kind of interesting to me because like I think of it like people come to New York City, people come to they tour, right? People come to Madison Square Garden, right? People come to New York to, right, live an entertainment career, right? To make it, to become famous, right? To be great, to do something great. I just started playing a song. I don't know if you guys heard that. And Meloetta, I think, is not from Unova, but could literally be from anywhere else in the Pokemon equivalent of the USA. Meloetta could be like Swedish for all we know, like a Swedish pop star. I don't know. Like Meloetta could literally be like from anywhere, but they go to Unova for the entertainment because it's the entertainment capital, right? Maybe Meloetta's from LA. Maybe Meloetta's from the Midwest. I don't know. Pick your favorite pop star. That's where Meloetta could be from. That's how I read that. Genesect, again, is from the past. Genesect would not have existed. It was brought to life through the power of technology. So this is a mythical Pokemon that like just wouldn't exist in Unova. It's artificial. Deontay is kind of an interesting one. I think you could say Deontay is right. If Kalos is all about the beauty of the Kalos region specifically, I think you could say Deontay is like from the core of the earth, right? It's like a diamond, right? You don't get it in Kalos. You don't get it on a street corner. You don't find it in the woods. It's a product of time. It's literally like a historical relic. Kind of sick. Hoopa from another dimension. Also, maybe it's like from the Indian Pokemon region, right? It's a genie. It's not in no way from Kalos. Volcanion from Southern Kalos, or to be honest, just anywhere where humans are not. So Volcanion is not from Kalos. That's why we never see it. That's why it never gets a proper, lore expansion. Volcanion is just from somewhere outside of Kalos. Which, I mean, honestly, and this whole concept is so much fun to think that this does happen time and time again. But like every time we get a new mythical, or honestly, even some of the legendary Pokemon, I think are not from their native region. It's just kind of cool to think about them as like, potentially expanding on the Pokemon world map. Like I've just been obsessed with that recently. Like what does the larger Pokemon map look like? Magearna, it does have these like French connections, but it was introduced in Alola. This is a connection. Magearna is a connection to the Kalos region. Easy, done, closed. Honestly, actually, and then Magearna even could be, honestly, shout out to Amaze Dragon. Love their theory about connecting Magearna to the Tapus. Go check out that video, Amaze Dragon. We got Marshadow here. Marshadow, oh, look at that. Interesting. Okay, Marshadow is the mythical Pokemon discovered in Alola. Its very existence is stuff of myth. Oh, so cool. As very few people have ever seen it, Marshadow is known to travel through the shadows of humans and Pokemon in order to become stronger by copying the power of movements within the said shadow. So this guy's from the Shadow Realm. That's what I'm thinking. It obviously takes inspiration. I feel like it does take inspiration from like maybe like native cultures in Alola. I feel like I've seen some connections. I've seen people like draw those connections, but it's literally a walking shadow. This thing is from another dimension. It's from the Shadow Realm. We also have Zeraora, and I guess again, Zeraora, for whatever reason, I didn't really think of it like a mythical, so I'm not really prepared right now, but I don't know where Zeraora would be from. It's, what, like a cat, a jungle cat? Hold on, let's go to the page real quick. Let's do this in real time. I'm curious, and I'm curious if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. Like, am I convincing you at all? I just think it's interesting. I think I just don't trust I don't trust the Pokedex at all. I don't trust the national dex. Anytime they say something's native to a region, I'm like, I don't think so. It's actually more commonly found from this location, right? Yeah, I'm going to have to do some scrubbing, I think, of some of these dex entries to understand where this thing would be from. Maybe it's from Alola. Maybe. I would say I don't think so at all. We also have Meltan and Melmetal. Obviously, we have no idea where these are from. Kind of infamously, it is from an unknown region, undiscovered region. In Generation 8, we have Zarude as a mythical Pokemon. This thing, again, is from, I think, I would want to say, like, South America, again, which is kind of cool. But, yeah, this is not from Galar, right? Like, that's why these mythical Pokemon seem so random and weird, because they're not from the region. And then for Generation 9, Pecharunt is from Kitakami. Is that the only mythical Pokemon we have? No. Is Pecharunt the only mythical Pokemon we have in Gen 9? I guess maybe. I mean, Terapagos is also... I guess Terapagos... That's not a mythical Pokemon, though. Terapagos is a... yeah, Terapagos is a legendary. So that might be it. And then, honestly, just as like a little cherry on top, you have like the Runus Quartet. Those are from the China-based Pokemon region. I just thought this was a fun little theory. I feel like I've mentioned it before in podcasts. I feel like people don't really talk about it, and I just wanted to make a dedicated video. And I am currently developing kind of like a world map for Pokemon. I feel like this doesn't really exist, and so I'm developing this, and I'm really excited to I'm kind of piecing things together and taking clues from the Pokemon games, from canon, to kind of extrapolate and then build out visually what the entire Pokemon world would look like. I'm excited to bring that to you guys. If you want to support, you can subscribe. We did just open up memberships, but there's no pressure to do anything. I think this is I just appreciate you watching. Let me know what you want me to talk about next. I'll see you later. Bye.